Okay, welcome back to track building. Oh my god. Last time. Previously on Dragon Ball Z. Apparently it might be previously on Dragon Ball Z. On Dragon Ball Z. I think it's previously on Dragon Ball Z. Not last time. Whatever. Last time on Dragon Ball Z. What did we do? We looked at Temple Skip a bit after work. And then we're like, I'm not good enough right now because I didn't warm up. So I was like going to base the difficulty of Temple Skip based on how good I was without warming up coming home from work on a random Thursday or something like on a random Wednesday. So I was like, that's dumb. Let me just like warm up a bit during the weekend and actually like figure it out. I did adjust a little bit. I removed like a layer of blocks, and now it's a bit more difficult. But like at the time when I was driving, welcome back. This is welcome to part. We'll say 6:45 a.m. Whatever. Welcome to part 98. We're gonna get to part 100. Oh my god! I didn't think I was gonna get to part 100 when I made this. Yeah. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so I'm not gonna like keep track of successes or fails. I'm just kinda gonna do it like V-word based, just like kind of whatever seems right, I guess. At least that's my current plan. I might take data, but like what's the point? Like the data's just gonna vary depending on a number of factors, like how warmed up I am, how I've just randomly drive it. Some days it might just be better than others, right? Also my skill level relative to other people, how much I've like practiced this yet, because like then the setup is the same, right? Like, I'm just giving them more new way, but like it's functionally the same exact line, right? It's not like adding some ice blocks changes the line. Maybe theoretically, like the fastest possible way through is like slightly different now, but like, you know, yeah. And like I said in the previous episode, I'd rather have it be too difficult and no one never uses it for the whole race, rather than be too easy and everyone uses it constantly. Which, yeah, like if that were to happen, like it would just suck. Although, honestly, I don't know. The race would probably still primarily come down to who hit the skip the most, but the thing is, there's other difficult sections of the track. It's not like you can just hit skip and the rest of the track is easy enough to just like not even practice if you didn't want to. Like, hold on, I need. Why am I so weak? What the fuck? Lay out, bud. So I don't know, maybe something to consider. Like, track might be difficult enough already. The thing is, like, we did extend the lap time to a minute 20 instead of a minute, which means that we're actually gonna have less chances to hit temple skip, by the way, per race. If you say a 30-minute race length, right? 80 divided by 60, 30 divided by that. 22.5 laps at 120 for 30 minutes. Compared to 30 laps. Right, so you have 8 less attempts, which is like pretty significant. I could calculate the difference, but like I'm pretty sure it's just like yeah. You just should get only like 75% of the amount. Like, yeah, so it's like 22.5 divided by 30 should be 75. Yeah, or 75%. Yeah. It's literally just linearly, like, it's just directly linearly proportional to lap time. Lap time. 80 versus 60, right? 60 divided by 80 is 75%, right? So that's cool, I guess. This might be good. He says, while not being warmed up, and hits it once out of like 6 times. That might be good. I mean, like 1 out of 6 times is like not terrible either. Like, now, like the thing is, I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. Balancing shortcuts is just so fucked. There's so many variables and like things to factor in that it's just fucked. Like, yeah. I do have to also consider the second half of the skip, right? There's something I haven't said yet. Like, I should be possibly considering the difficulty of not taking the skip, which honestly is not that easy. Like, it's really not that easy. The non-skip route. It's not, difficult. It's definitely not the most difficult thing on this track. Like we still have like the jump section, like the cannonball and ship jump section, and we also have like the new houses section, right? But like, I don't know, like you have to kind of be precise there. You're hard braking into a chicane. Like, it's like Monza Ascari. I think it's called Ascari. It's the last chicane in Monza, right? Similar kind of thing. Although you have a wider road on the entry. But yeah, like there, I'm like way behind now, just because I started turning in late. I'm a whole second behind. Are you kidding me? Like, it's not easy, If the skip is only marginally more difficult than normal route, it's like, I mean, like, if they're close enough in difficulty, this is not how it is, but like, if they were close enough in difficulty, well, I've yet to hit it, but like, if hypothetically they were close enough in difficulty, then, like, let's just say they were exactly the same difficulty, it's like, just why not just take the shortcut, right? I mean, you can also, like, the reason why not could be you don't want to, like, if normal route you only lose 0.2 for failing, hypothetically, and you lose 0.5 for failing shortcut, then that could be a reason, right? But I could make a command block system, like, here, like how I did for the, palaces section. That opens the gate if I take normal route and doesn't open it if I take temple skip, but meh. I don't think you have to rely on, like, in theory you don't have to rely on air stepping for this. Okay, well, maybe a little bit. I don't know. In theory, you shouldn't have to. Oh yeah. I'm just actually bad. I'm Laser. I stepped down. Maybe the line is actually just long enough to say you have to. Because you need to have negative wall parties through the whole thing, right? Oh, I don't think it's set down there at all. Yeah, I don't think so. But like, that's like super precise. I actually wouldn't expect people to like do that. But the thing is, like, air stepping makes this like it's so lenient with air stepping. Like, you have so much more room to play. Right, like if there wasn't air stepping, like almost none of these, like pretty much none of these would be getting through, right? Except for like that one that I pointed out, like just now. Like that wouldn't get through, and so on. But with air stepping, like, you know, that redefines like what counts as making it across. And like I said before, I'm sure people are gonna like go for it, and then they're not gonna get this air step, and they're gonna be like, oh, this skip sucks, it's luck based. And to that, I'm gonna say everything's luck based, and get over it. Like, you're just learning now that bow racing is luck based. Like, have you ever hit a block stop? Have you ever hit a block stop? And yeah, wall priority, like, there are, you know, it's not wall priority. Yeah, sorry, I just went off on, not went off, but like, I just like wrote a message to it being like, you shouldn't say wall priority is luck based. Because, I mean, technically it is, like, sorry, tick based. It's technically tick based. Hey, no step there, I think. Because, like, I mean, like, the game runs on ticks. Literally everything is tick based. Oh, okay, well, not everything, but, well, maybe, probably everything. Probably everything. I think that's fair to say. I think that's safe to say. Probably everything. Swapping the polarity of your wall priority, right? So, like, whether you have positive or negative wall priority, swapping that can happen, like, you know, that happens on a tick-by-tick basis, right? So, if you, especially for, like, the new houses section, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'll show you. When you swap your polarity from, like, negative here to negative here, right? You have between this apex and that apex to do it. If you just put these close together, like, they might be eventually close enough such that when the tick fires actually matters. Like, let's just say that one tick is like super long distance for that. Like, we're going like super mega fast. If the tick were to fire here, it'd be different than the tick firing like here. But what could be bad is if the tick were to fire here. Like, you had one tick fire here, and you had the other tick fire here. In that case, you couldn't actually swap your polarity from negative here to negative here, because, like, you didn't have enough ticks. Like, there's no tick in between here for it to swap. Swaps can only happen on ticks, right? So you had a tick before here, and the tick that would have been after here, you actually just hit this first, because you'd have negative here and then positive here, because you can't swap, right? Like, that might not be exactly what I was trying to convey. Swapping polarity happens on ticks. So if you wanted something to happen, like basically, it's not going to be that big of a factor. Like, it's accurate down to a tick. And, like, within that tick, like, within 0.05 seconds, like, you can't control when within that time it happens. It'll happen at some point then. I think that we aren't precise enough, and, like, we don't have any tracks that really push you enough, such that you need to be able to say exactly within this amount of time it swaps, right? Like, we don't have many tracks that, like, force you to swap polarities like this. Like, go from one polarity to the other one really fast, right? I don't think we have many like that. But, like, you know, we can make some, but, like, you know, like, so I don't think 0.05 is, like, that bad yet. Like, we aren't there yet. But yeah, no, like, technically, if you wanted to say it, like, wall priority is tick based, that's how it would be tick based. It's based on, like, when the polarity swaps. Wall collisions are also tick based, where, like, you might just get, like, and this is a lot more extreme, whereas, like, sometimes your ticks might just line up such that you hit the wall, sometimes they might not line up. Like, I think 2.8, like, actually, like, from 2.818 has, like, his drawing isn't super good, but, like, here's two different cases where, like, here's one case where, like, your collision goes around the wall. Here's another case where it hits the wall, right? This is positive wall priority. Or yes, you might be going from underneath, and this happens, but, like, whatever. So, like, you can have the same exact trajectory, but just based on when the ticks fire, you might hit a wall or not, right? Thankfully, for negative wall priority, that shouldn't be as big of a deal, I think. Maybe, well, I don't know. Because regardless, you're going around the wall, right? But then it just becomes like, I don't know. Yes, I didn't know how I was gonna warm up per se. I think it was just do it a bunch and then and then I guess we're warmed up. I could like drive the track normally, but like, is that which would be better warm up? Driving the track normally, or like just driving what you want to drive? Like driving the section of the track you want to drive. Probably driving the section of the track you want to drive. Probably. No falling there. Beforehand, like V1 of this, not V1, but like, you know, like before 2HG Red made me reconsider the difficulty. That's not fast enough, right? Not my straight. Oh, like the straight wasn't even that bad though. I think we got here, right? I can't look at my mini map. Oh yeah, no, there they are. Yeah, I think that was probably still fast enough to try a block, right? But yeah, anyways, that was pretty shit. Right, that's the thing. You also have to like. It's not like you can just like make it across the tightrope and you win, right? You have to get through the second part of the shortcut correctly, and you have to like actually take the whole shortcut well for you to save time. Like I said in the past, like since like shortcuts that you don't gain as much time from, you have to like you have less leeway to actually gain time or save time. You can only like if you can only gain half a second through a shortcut, that means that if you do like if you just give up a quarter second just to be more consistent, then you can only save a quarter second from the shortcut, right? Versus if you like the shortcut saved a second and a half, you can still save a second and a quarter, right? 1.25 seconds if you give up a quarter second, right? So naturally, just by nature, shortcuts with less reward have less leeway in terms of that. There we go, that's half second. Nice. I think I'm on a streak of 2 or 3 now, right? I think. Okay, that's a problem. To be fair, like, this is a different environment. I'm just doing the same thing again and again and again. Like, I'm only doing temple script right now. I'm not driving the rest of the track. And also, I'm not in the race environment. And also, like, the thing is, like I've said time and time again, like, there's so many fucking variables to consider for balancing a shortcut. And like one of the largest things is like, am I a good representative for these people, or like, is it like, because and there's many things you can point to that I would say no, because one, I have way more practice time than they're ever gonna have on this fucking shortcut. Like I designed it, I tested it, I labbed it out, I balanced it, right? Kind of starting to try to get in the habit of saying balanced rather than labs, because 99% of the time, like that's when I say lab, I mean balancing, right? Something it also is like refers to testing, like labbing out pit delta, right? But like, yeah, labbing is testing and adjusting. It's like, at least I think that's what I mean. Like, it's you test a section, and then if it does well, or like, you know, you make your adjustments and test again, right? It's an iterative process of like testing and adjusting, typically done via like TTN spreadsheets, or at least that's how I do it. 2.3, okay. Yeah, this is I don't know, like I could just like try repeat laps on like the 120 lap time and try that. But then like, you know, it's not race setting. Maybe I should do that though. Alright, TT laser test C. This is it, right? Yeah. Although if I fail here, I'm just gonna die. Right. Also, the checkpoints are like fucked. I might have hit reset here, and oh, it says this is reverse. Oh, I thought this is not reversible. Okay, cool. I pressed undo when I pressed it, so. Oh, it's one checkpoint. Okay, cool. Nice. Peak. I want to talk about the next track I want to make so badly because I'm excited to make it, but for example, like, okay, so the Eastern Academy, I actually have a build playlist for it, like a build documentation playlist for Eastern Academy that I just haven't released because I was scared that I like accidentally leak this track, like no War Tribe 2 or Season North or whatever, within it in some video. Like I don't think I did. I think I tried to like take precaution against that, but like, sorry, I'm knocking in. Yay, I'm warmed up. Yeah. Oh no! Okay, alright, fine. Oh, wait, there's gonna be a gate there, okay. We can just like, yeah, whatever. You better not fail in that section. I was just scared that like, I talked about this track in it, so I'm gonna wait to release it until like after, okay, buddy. Until after, I'm gonna release the Eastern Academy one after, this track gets revealed for Summit, too. But like, you know, that made me realize I should probably just like try my best to keep whatever build documentation playlists focused on that one track and not focus on anything else. That's an interesting way to fail. This still should be a lot slower, I think. Okay, well, it wasn't even that much slower. Alright, buddy. How did I do that? Oh, I'd love to see it. We'd love to see it. That section. We'll just put a wall there, I think. We'll start with this. So I'm at 42. 79. Limit your like entry speed. Sure. You should never actually like land on this, I think. No, there's no way, man. Okay. I hit it pretty freaking well. Like, I started accelerating pretty early, honestly. Why did I close it? What have I been doing? I don't know. Okay. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. Man, time trialing this track is gonna suck. I mean, I say suck. It's just gonna be really hard. That's what I mean. Like, because there's the ship section, like the jump section, right? The first difficult section. Then there's a houses section, and then there's a shortcut. You have to hit like all those well to get like the best possible like standard line to the track. I don't think there's any block stops anywhere, but if there are, then that would suck. Wow, that was just atrocious. Wow, nice one. How did I do that? That was special. that was special. What am I doing? I need to hit tumble skip. That's the whole point. Okay. I'm so warmed up. Practice. Yeah. That sucks out. Bye. I did that so slowly. Oh my goodness. Why are there two? Why did it proc twice? What the heck? Whatever. It all comes down to this. Final lap. I'm in tandem with the guy. I need to win. What is that? Fuck. I didn't adjust it. Okay. Then fish lab. I doubt sashback works. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This seems just like a big time suck. But I also have a lot of time. At least I think I do. Like, all I need to do after this is, like, do pit delta stuff, and then decorate house section. And then make a TT. And then I have a video I want to make. Hopefully. Explaining the track. Mainly, like, the main point of the video is going to be explaining Temple Ship, honestly. The concept behind it, and trying to reframe their mind on how they should think about Temple Ship. Like, two-stage shortcut and stuff. Mainly that. Okay. What was that? Success. Roses will never bloom. I could adjust the tuning on that corner if I wanted to. Nah. I don't know what I'd want to do with it, but... Bro, I'm so ass. What am I doing, man? I gotta drive that. I gotta not reset. But yeah, so like I theoretically have time to actually just like do repeat apps and stuff, but like, you know, like I said, I also want to get started on the other track. Also, I don't know how long it's gonna take to edit the video. I think I have like 3 or 4 weeks until track reveal. I think it's probably 3 weeks now. 3 weeks is not 4 weeks. I've assumed it was 4 weeks, but now I just realized it's probably 3 weeks, huh? Oh shit. That's... it should be still doable. But like, yeah. I don't know, like this other track I'm gonna make next, it's kept me up a few nights. Like, over the past few months, like it's kept me up a couple nights. Genuinely couldn't fall asleep because I just want to make it. I'm just thinking about shit. Like I'm in bed and I think of something and I'm like, fuck, I have to write that down. And I get out of bed and get my tablet, my drawing tablet, and draw it out. This shit's too easy. It's too easy. How about finish the fucking shortcut first? See, like, even I have the fucking wrong way of thinking about it, bruh. Yeah, this is crap. This is cooked. This is... Nice. Yeah, that corner's like that dropping backhander at the end of the jump section. Like the last difficult thing is like the hardest part, honestly. At least I feel like that's the hardest part. Yeah, I hadn't failed except once. Yay. House section. 5 stripes on the easy corner after it. Have done that. I might want music. Okay, well, do I deserve music? Let me get music. Wow, who we got? Daring today, aren't we? Persona is wow. How loud is that? Test. Okay. We have a summit test race at 9, so we get something around for 8:30. That's an hour and 15 minutes, bro. Okay. Let me set the... I still have a dentist appointment and that is just so sad, man. I just, when I think about, like, how I don't have a bunch of time, like, I mean, like, I have a lot of time today to, like, do something, like, I have more than enough time to, like, do this and pit delta balancing, or whatever. At the very least, consider rebalancing pit delta, right? And then, you know, if I choose to do it, then I should have enough time to do it as well. At least I think, I don't know. There's like BWC League B that I might participate in. The track is the croissant track, which, I don't know, it depends on the drivers. Like, if there's a lot of drivers, you know, I might participate, but like, normally I've been participating in League B, but like, I participated in Triton recently because I was curious about the track. I think that there's been some aspect of that for all the tracks so far. I don't have that for next on track. I kind of know what it is, and I'm not too interested in the results of it. So I don't know. But I said like 11 or 12 or some shit. It's like way later, like an hour after Summit event should finish. So I might have time between Summit and BWC. I might not even do BWC. Ooh, really? Okay. Alright. The thing is though, like I'm trying this out. The time loss from failing shortcuts is actually apparently 0.5, which is like, so it's it's the shortcut should be half second faster, but it's also like if you hit it, and it's half second slower if you fail. Which is neat. Makes the math really easy and shit. Like like you can get, like if you fail, it's like, okay, well that's just -1 temple skip, right? Half second is honestly not that bad. Like, although, I mean, I don't know. You're taking this shortcut to catch up to someone hypothetically, right? Or to drive faster, and any time loss is like, slower. So you don't want to not lose any time, but like it's half a second, man. It's not that bad. If you have a generally good success rate, failing once or twice is not the end of the world, right? Compared to like failing once at pawn skip on Bloomberg is like big. That's like a 6-second swing, right? The swing on failing temple skip is 1 second, right? Because you would normally get half second for hitting it, but if you don't hit it and you fail it instead, you don't get that half second for hitting it, and you also lose half second compared to normal routes. It's a 1 second swing, right? Bloomberg is like 6 seconds of swing or some shit. So like a race can change. Like you can have a 10-second lead dissolve if you fail to pawn skip twice and they hit pawn skip twice, right? Ooh. Yeah, you don't want to block stuff there. Alright. Close. Also 1-3. That apex is not smooth. I might want to smooth it out. I wasn't paying attention there at all. Yeah, I mean, I'm also not taking the shortcut very well. Like, I'm mango W a lot just to make it across a tightrope, right? my whole two-part shortcut mentality argument might kind of get a little bit messed up by like how I approach bump control for both parts. Like there's the tightrope part and there's like the part after the wall tap, right? There's two different parts of the shortcut. There's like elaborate bump control for the tightrope. You know, you fall into a pit, there's like 3 different like channels, you know, it has a long route. Messing up the second part, the tempo skip, like after the wall tap, it's really just shaving off-road. Like there's no bump control to it at all. So like that difference, I'm sure can lead to like people struggling to have that mentality of two-phase shortcut, right? I'm really going hard on this two-phase shortcut thing. Like really, it's just like it's not like a oh yeah, like two-phase shortcut will help the OJ mechanic work better or whatever. It's not even just that. I'm just trying to help people's mentalities. Like here's what I'm talking about: 2, 1, 3. Like maybe it's technically right, but I can probably also just like do this. Might do this. So that's 2, 1, 2, 2. Right. Okay. I'm just trying to help people's mentalities, like, cause I think I'd like feel better about it if I thought about it as a two-phase shortcut, right? Especially given how little time you save. Like I've said earlier, like you only have half a second to save. Oh damn, really? All right. I'm kind of not happy, but like when that happened, I'm like, oh, let's go, cause like my issue with tempo, like my thing, I always like most of the time when I mess up tempo stuff is because I fly wide. So I don't push the apex enough, right? You have negative wall priority, you should be pushing the apex more, right? If you push the apex more, you're gonna not go as wide, and that's the main way how I mess up, right? So whenever I hit the apex, I'm kind of like, oh, nice, let's go. I pushed it. I got punished for it last time, but you know, at least I hit it, right? At least I'm actually hitting the fucking thing. Yeah, I thought so. You can't just say I had negative wall priority and just phase through literally anything. There's a limit. Yeah. I think how it does now should be fine. Probably. I think I'm running the risk of it being too easy. That's the thing. I think, I don't know, man. It's probably fine. I'm just scared, man. I'm just super scared. Like, literally, like, shortcuts are so fucking insane, and that like, how much time, like it. Shortcuts can warp a track in a race into how the race was designed by how often people hit the skip, right? Like we've seen it time and time again. I'm just scared of it happening to this track. Especially what's worse is that like first impressions being a lot. I drove that pretty alright, nice. Until 2Q, bro. 1.5 over 2Q. I have the Dingo. I still have the Dingo. I still got it. Lower 1.5 to 2 blocks away from the quartz apex. That's what Q means, quartz apex. I'm sure of it happening to this, especially if it's first impression, cause like first impression meaning a lot. Like we're only like, I feel like now in the past maybe year recovering from Cosmic Ocean's terrible first impressions on like majority of players, and that's only like I feel like that's mainly because we're getting new players who weren't here for the All Stars Cosmic Ocean race. And it's I'd like to say again, it's bullshit. Like the treatment Cosmic Ocean has received, just like because people like heard blind race and they were thinking, oh, blind attack and that kind of track and stuff. And then they got a normal ass racetrack with like, you know, honestly, like, it's better suited to a blind race than like most other racetracks, I'd say. Maybe not most of the time at least, because you have the, you know, the hard to find, like the pit entry that you have to, like, you kind of have to spend your practice time on. You have the difficult purple section. You have this like boat tap that like you know, at the time, like, it was kind of like the first, I think it's the first note tap, like, intentionally included, like, intentionally engineered into the track. Maybe Alcohol released earlier, but, like, I think it was developed later. I think Configuration started development earlier. And you can also say something about, like, Ludofax was on the team, like, the build team for All-Stars. He helped with the decoration a bit for, like, he like, carried decoration for 4th layer. And then he helped with some, like, stuff on Y Drive, right? And also, like, ASI and stuff like that. I think. Yeah, ASI, I'm sure. It's possible that he saw, like, because I know that we showed them, like, we showed him and we showed Adrian, like, whoever brought on the team, we showed them the tracks. Because I was, you know, I was like, oh, I want to show them the tracks. I'm just so excited to share them. Bro, it might be too easy, honestly. But yeah, like, it's possible he saw what he did in configuration and, like, made it on his own track and released it before configuration, right? Because, like, you know, we were building so early in advance. I had to build 3 tracks and have them ready by All-Stars, and, like, you know, 3 tracks. Bro, you know how long it takes me to build a fucking track? Like, look at this shit. I was faster back then, or whatever. Anyway, sorry, or sidetracked. Like, and also the launcher, you know, that's another cool thing about, like thing that would make, especially, like, when it's disguised with the fucking moon. It's like, oh my god, the launcher's in the moon? Like, I think that's a cool thing to discover, right? And, like, just, like, there's a lot of things that, like, you know, like, there's alternate routes in the purple section that literally no one has used in the fucking existence of the track. I'd be surprised if more than 2 people have ever used them in a race. Like, I'd be surprised if more than, like, 10% of the people who've driven on the track actually know there's, like, alternate routes in the purple section. Sorry, not even 10%, like 5%. Like, okay. Factoring out noobs, I guess we could say 10%, right? Whatever. Anyways, like, and then people didn't get, you know, they didn't get their fucking blind attack shit, and there were chunk loading issues, and then they got penalty, and then everyone was saying the track is shit. So it's like you're, like, finishing the race, Lapis comes up live streaming, hey Soda, how was the race? First thing out of Soda's mouth was a fucking blatant harsh, this track is so dog shit. Would have like Gozo Park rather instead. We used Gozo Park as like for the mock event, the test event, the day before or whatever. And, you know, so that's great, and everyone just hates configuration, you know, because either the chunks didn't load, especially like for the pit entry, which, like, to be fair, like that's a fair thing, like that's, like, yeah, and like we think it happened, or at least we think a part of it was because instead of smothering and covering everything with light blocks, we just kind of replaced all like every single air block with light blocks. So instead of air, it was all light blocks, and that might lead to more blocks needing to be loaded by the client. At least more data on blocks needing to be downloaded. Like, there's more blocks to be downloaded from the server, right? I'm not entirely, like, I'm not 100% sure on, like, what counts as, like how block data is sent, but, like, I'd imagine if Minecraft is encoded like a stupid idiot, that, like, air blocks just aren't even noted down in chunks, right? Like, I think air is probably just, like, the default assumed block, so all you need to do is send non-air blocks, right? And typically, like, the sky is full of air, so you're at least counting down at least half the blocks on, like, a normal Minecraft world, right? But yeah, I'm hitting that. And, you know, if you go into unloaded chunks, you know, it acts like air, right? So it would make sense if it was like, if air just wasn't sent, right? But, you know, if it's all light blocks, those are all non-air blocks, it's sending those too, right? So, at the very least for initial downloading of chunks. Now for rendering them with Bobby, I don't know. And we also were, like, you know, a lot in the younger community and perhaps understood Bobby less, right? Perhaps also had, like, worse machines. I'm sure some people upgrade their computers, like I have, right? I've upgraded my computer. Or actually, I might have had this good computer in All-Stars. I probably did. Yeah, I probably did. Anyways, temple skip. That was terrible. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's gonna happen. Someone's gonna get mauled about it. I'm just gonna say you didn't do it well enough, because technically they didn't, right? You can do it well enough so you don't even have to risk failing that. That only happened because, like, I broke the shit, right? Anyways. Cosmic Ocean had a bad rep from the beginning, is what I'm trying to say. And people still hate it. Like, it's only now, like, getting better. Like, it's gone up in rankings consistently by good portions, like, by good steps, each and every track ranking form. Like, it was way down there initially, and then it got, like, 14th, then, like, top 10, and now it's, like, 6th. Or 14th, I don't remember the exact steps, but, like, I now it's 6th, right? In the fall 2025 one. Which is, like, really, really good. I think that's about a fair placement of it, right? But, you know, it took, you know, the track released in, like, late 2023, early 2024. And it took about 2 years for that to wear off. 2 years is a long fucking time, you know? Oh, that was not even close. I hit the wrong part of the trapdoor, I think. I hit way too late. Okay. Well, if we were to take what I've been driving, sorry, locking back in on Temple Ship. If we were to lock back, like, if we were to take how I've been driving as a reference, direct reference to how people would drive in the race, this would be somewhat okay. Like, oh, I don't know, like, I'm hitting it, like, pretty often, it feels like. Yes, I wish I had the numbers. It seems like I'm hitting it, like, above 50%, right? So, like, I have a net positive, so, like, in theory, it's actually worth it for me to send skip every single lap. If, like, because, you know, if you save half a second for hitting it and lose half a second for missing, then, you know, if that's a 50-50, so it means if you hit it 75% of the time, you're actually going positive. If you hit it 51% of the time, you're actually going positive, right? In theory, if it's black and white. The thing is, I'm also not taking it super well each time, so while I am making it across the tightrope and, you know, like, maybe not even scraping the second part of the shortcut, I'm, like, not driving super fast. So it's probably not even half second. It's probably like 0.3 or so. I've also failed it the past 3 times. But, like, I don't know. I'm not even driving that well. Like, you can see how I'm driving the rest of the lap, and, like, I'm just not driving very well. So, like, I think that if they drove better, like, I might not even be, like, a good... Like, I might... this might be helped by the fact that, like, I have, like, mitigated by the fact that I have more practice in temple skip than they probably ever will. On, like, this new temple skip. So it's possible that, like, how I'm... Well, I mean, like, no, I'm also, like... I also will have probably more practice than they'll ever have on the jump section. Like, because I just labbed that for, like, 3 fucking years. But, like... sorry. Not 3 years. 30,000 years. There we go. No one will think I was serious about that. I don't know if anyone would have taken the 3 years seriously. Like, they'll be like, wait, what? You drove for 3 years? I mean, like, no, I was exaggerating. So let me exaggerate more. 30,000 years. Yeah. I grinded it for 30,000 years. There we go. That's better. And I'm still not driving well at that. Like, I don't know. I can use the 28G skip as a reference. Oh yeah, sorry, the poll results actually came back in for that. Do I have the links? No, I don't, do I? Let me find them. Oh hey, there they are. Here are the votes. I had a spreadsheet for this, didn't I? I don't think I've updated it though. Oh, this is not the same thing. Okay. But yeah, so like here's what it's looking like. Most people didn't ever go for it. 12 people out of 19 votes, right? I don't know if it was like multiple choice or if you only choose one. Probably only choose one. The top things were consistency. Like they just weren't going to hit it that much and they were scared of time loss, right? The luck factor notably was like, it's 5 votes, but that's like only 10%, right? Although, to be fair, like this was multiple choice. They could choose multiple, right? I say multiple choice. That's not what multiple choice means. They can choose multiple different options, right? So someone can choose these two and also choose this. So like 10% is not perhaps accurate. It had 10, like 5 is 10% of 50, right? Or 49, roughly 50. But that might not be exactly how it works. Like if only 20 people like voted, right? Which actually is probably how it works. Then, it'd be cool if there was like a thing that showed like number of unique people who voted in this poll. Anyways, the luck factors were actually something I was really interested about, like if that actually would affect things, and also DRS, like how DRS affects things. It seems like it affected things a little bit, right? But yeah, this is also a thing. But yeah, it's mainly these two. Oh my god, wait, it actually just says the percentage. I didn't even notice that. I just calculated it myself. God damn it. Anyways, so that's that, I guess. There was also this third poll. Although this didn't get many votes, so this is just sadness. that's just sadness. Hotspot is not someone who I thought would answer that, but oh well. I haven't interacted with him too many times. So like, I don't know. I don't know the numbers were the skip on 2HG, but I remember people complaining about like how you lose, like I remember one person or maybe 2 people saying like, why do you lose 2 seconds for a shortcut, like for failing a shortcut that you only save 1 second for hitting. I need to go do laundry real quick. Okay. Alright, that's on the timer. It's gonna be like, after summit. Okay, after. So I can set it for 3 hours, I guess. That'll be 10:43, and then let's see here. Let's leak things. That's not today. 10:42. Yeah, sure, whatever. That's fine. I can set 2:45 instead. That'd probably be fine. Dry the lawn. I have a bunch of different like timer presets for laundry, and like they're all just spelling laundry wrong, like laundry and like laundry and yeah. Anyways, but now just it's evolving. This is what the new one is. Anyways, so 2 things came to mind. I've already forgotten one of them. God damn it. 3 things came to mind. There was a first one. Okay, I'll just say the other 2. One thing is practice time. Like the practice time seems to be going down for tracks in Summit. Like if I go to like what was player 1 was first. T info player 1. 65 hours. T info 2HG red. and skip. So 47, 3, we'll see, that's like 50, right? So we went from 65 to 50. We do Brandheim winter, we're at 23. Like, it's a stark fall off, right? And, this might be caused by a number of things. Like, how people are about, like, it's very similar to other Brandheim. Maybe it's just a bad time if people have, like, exams. Maybe people practice a lot more on Saturday compared to weekdays. And, like, I'm measuring this on Saturday instead of, like, after the event. I doubt any of this is the case. I think people just, like, I think people just don't practice as much now because, like, they see their standings. Like, they've done 2 races now. They found that they aren't just gonna win the event. They aren't gonna win Summit, and the team is not gonna win Summit. So most people are not, like, like half the teams are, like, definitely not in contention right now to win Summit. At least as it stands. We're only a third of the way through the season right now. Like, we've only done 2 out of 6 races, so I'd say it's probably definitely, like, it should be possible to, like, for, like, one of these bottom 3, like, teams to come back, in theory, right? But, like, whatever. People don't care. They've already lost hope, I think. So this track is, like, being balanced for Summit Race 6, right? I don't want it to just be the Summit Race 6 track. Like, I'd want it to be used in, like, BWC and shit, or, like, other leagues, not just Summit Race 6. But, like, I gotta balance at least the difficulty of Tumble Skip, if not anything else. Try to balance it around Summit Race 6. The thing is, the third thing, I can go on and on about, like, I can spend literal days researching how exactly I should balance this, and, like, listing out every single possible freaking, list out every single possible, like, variable, right? My practice time compared to their time. How good am I compared to them? How much, like, race nerves, like, my testing procedure of just resetting, only doing the skip, and, like, this goes for, like, balancing the shortcut time-wise, like, like, labbing it out, how I would, like, reset and only do the skip instead of repeat laps, compared to the repeat laps, have a race on race nerves, and, how good they're doing that day, compared to how well I was doing that day when I labbed, right? And those are just off the top of my head. There's other ones, right? There's also, like, following people behind the skip, through the skip or whatever. If not mistaken, there's also, like, variables that are impacted by other variables. Like, difficulty, if this thing is more difficult, then lower attempts, which means lower practice. Like, if this is, like, if this shortcut was, like, basically impossible difficulty, no one would ever practice it, which means that they would actually never, like, which means the success rate's even lower, and, like, it's just, yeah, no. So, like, I can spend literal days, like, full-time days, like, hours per day, trying to account for everything, and I'm most likely, honestly, I'm probably still gonna miss. Like, I'm probably still not even gonna, like, be correct, even if I were to do that. Do I want to do this? Absolutely not. I don't want to spend days accounting for something and just getting it wrong, because I'm just gonna get it wrong. Like, there's no fucking way, man. Like, it's so that means, did I have 4 things or 3 things and I just didn't? I do know. I do know how to make it too hard, and that's by making it back to the original, like, when I labbed it before 2 read. I do know if I were to do that, 99 like a 99% likelihood that the skip is gonna be too hard, and, like, no one's gonna use it. And like I've said time and time again, I'd rather have a shortcut that no one uses and doesn't break the track, rather than a shortcut that everyone uses every single lap, and then, like, the race is decided by how often you hit the shortcut. I'd rather avoid that, right? I'd rather no one even take the shortcut. So I do have the option to just, like, not even let it be a thing. Also, I should probably like put barrier blocks up here, just so that people don't step up on top of each other and end up on top of this. That would suck. Yeah, let me just do that. No, these might mess with your camera, which kind of sucks, but like I don't know what to do about that. No, it really shouldn't actually, because your camera should not be over there. Yeah, no, it shouldn't. Yeah, no, that's actually perfectly fine. Sick. Might actually want to put them up here too, though. Why did I do it like that? That's so stupid. Yeah, it should be fine. Cool. Anyways, what was I doing? Yeah, I can guarantee that it's too difficult. Now, I didn't think about this until just now. Like, why why would I want to guarantee that? Like, I mean, the reason why I want to guarantee that is just to make sure that I don't, like, the answer is because I'm scared of, like, making it too easy, right? That's the reason, right? I'm scared of what would happen if I made it too easy and then everyone went for it every single lap. If that scares me more than, like, if that scares me enough, I'm just not gonna, like, do it, right? I'm just not gonna run the risk, right? So the question is, how scared am I of this? Honestly, like, based on my read of how everything's been going with Summit and, like, how much people practice, I would not be surprised if this is fine. Like, if this is a fine difficulty. I honestly wouldn't even be, like, if it were to happen where, like, this is too hard, I would not be surprised in the slightest. Like, I can see this being too hard. I can also, the problem is, though, I can also see this as being too easy. I can see people actually, like, hitting this consistently. Especially since it's the last race, right, of the season. And I don't know how close it's all going to be. I could I could wait to, I can punch these out like day before. CTUV. I could wait until like the week before or something, just to like, you know, I could postpone this until later. Honestly, might not be a terrible idea. I might just end up doing that regardless of what I do today. But like, I mean, I could also just commit and be like, no changing it. But I don't know why I would commit. Like, doesn't sound like me. Damn it! I wish. Now that I thought about that, now I'm gonna just do it because I again, it's a lot of work to factor in like every single variable, and like I also just don't. I'm scared of making the wrong decision, so if I can just not make the decision, then I don't have to make the wrong decision. Yep. So it feels like this is fine. Based on the testing I've done, this feels fine. Like, it feels fine. Like, I'm not hitting it 100% of the time, although honestly I am hitting it quite a lot. But like, I don't even know how much people are going to practice, just in general. And also race nerves could definitely be a thing. I've seen, actually I don't even know how many people have made mistakes that often during these races. Like, especially like these higher level drivers, but like, I don't know. I wish I had like good data on how much people practiced in season 1, although it's not necessarily like, like we have this, but like, I don't think Track has actually made the majority make ones. This is just Bloomberg. I don't even remember. I think Bloomberg was what, race 4. Race 3 still has a lot of practice time. What the hell? What the heck? 11, 3, 1, 8, 21, 2. I'm okay. I'm just gonna. And like Bloomberg is like 3. You know, I'm gonna round up. 11, 4, 2, 9, 21, 3. BB. And I'm gonna go back here. I'm just gonna go like the top. Cyber 2. Cyber 2 was. We'll throw it here. 10, 5. We'll just say 3.5. 7, 17, 11 equals 10 plus 5 plus 3.5 plus 7 plus 17 plus 11 is 53.5. Oh, really? We actually have more practice time on player 1 than Cyber 2 and LS1. That's, or Cyber, Summit 1. 11 plus, yeah, no, there's no way. Plus 2 plus 9 plus 21. Wait, 50? Huh? I love how he just didn't write what race it was. Like, you'd have to, like, actually check. This is 28G, I guess. This is going to be 9, 4, 2.5, 6, 10, 9 equals. I don't know why I did 2 equals. I don't know why I've been doing 2 equals. 40.5. Really? What? Why? What? Do people just like Bloomberg more? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. Also, I mean, like, they might have practiced on build out as main, right? That's the thing. Alright, so, like, as I compare that to season 2, we've got 65 hours, 47 hours, or like 50 hours. So 65 and 50, which is about actually roughly the same. It's actually 10 more for races 1 and 2, I guess. 2AG Red actually had 9.5 more hours, roughly. Or really, 10 hours. Or, no. Yes? They had 15.5. Yes, so 10 hours more. Just straight up. Interesting. Well, they only spent 3 hours on 2AG. Although, yeah, it's part of it might just because no, I mean, like, the thing is, they probably realized the luck factor. I think now some people were saying, mentioning the luck factors early on in the week. I think so. I think people already knew about the luck factors. Shit. Why am I even trying to do this? Like, man, I can count up practice time all I want, but like, I'm not gonna factor in every single variable right now. Like that would actually take forever, and I don't want to do that right now. So like, it might just be come back to this like around end of race 4, end of race 5. How it is right now, I think I'm okay with. Like, you know, this will, like, so I was saying, like, you know, why would I ever want to just revert back to how it was before 280 Red and make it, like, basically, like, 99% chance that, like, it's gonna be too hard. Why would I ever want to do that? And I was like, oh, well, the answer is because I don't want it to be too easy, right? I'm scared of that. You can also, make like the, big man mentality or whatever, of like, oh, well, you shouldn't be scared, and like it hasn't happened, or I guess you could say it hasn't happened yet. And like, what's the point of like why risk, like why not even bother trying? Like why are you giving up before you even try to get it right? Right? Like you're not even gonna like try to possibly nail the balancing. You'd rather just intentionally like make it not be balanced. And why would you do that, right? The answer to that is I'm too scared of what happens if I make it too easy, right? Which like I think is a valid reason. But like the bros who are like, just do it, they're gonna be like, what? No, that's a terrible reasoning, right? That's a wimp chicken way, right? But fuck you. Anyways, I think this is probably fine. It's risking being too easy, I think. Like, I don't know. I think it really do be risking it being too easy. Like, look at that shit. I couldn't even see the fucking wall tap. Like, come on, man. That was like first try. I haven't driven in like 20 minutes. Like, dude, I don't know, man. It's just. It's not like this race has to be like fucking perfect, right? And honestly, like, would the race even come down to who had to skip the most? I don't even know if the skip is the hardest part of the track. Like, it might come down to who can get through jump section, house section, and the skip the most. Which at that point, it's not just about the skip, and then like it just feels wrong for like one small part of the track to govern how well you do in the whole race. Like, going around the whole track, doing laps on repeat of the whole track, not just the skip, right? Where the skip, and only like mainly the skip impacts like decides like how well you do in the race, right? But if it's 3 different things throughout the minute 20 lap time, then that feels better, where it's not just one thing, right? I can live with the race being decided by how often people mess up the 2 difficult sections in the skip. I can live with that a lot more than how often people hit one skip on 60-second lap time. Like, and the thing is, like, it's also like, you have less laps to do it, right? You only have 23 laps instead of 30 laps or whatever. 35 minutes. Let me calculate 35 minutes. A 35-minute race. Well, let's say 33 minutes because factoring in pits. Divided by 80 divided by 60. 25 laps, and then 33 divided by, I guess it's 24. It's 33 minus 25. So yeah, I mean, like, why am I even calculating it? It's still gonna be like you have only, like, you lose 25% of the laps, right? Like, I believe. Right? Normally would have 33 laps. Yeah, you lose 25% of the laps. So that means 25% less impact, hypothetically, of the skip, right? So I mean, actually, yeah, that's true. Like, regardless of like how much I nail the balancing, like, the fact will always be that there's gonna be the jump section and the house section, and like that will always be the case, right? Now, how difficult those sections are, I could be wrong about, right? And it could just be that those sections are actually not even that difficult. But at that point, like, if those sections aren't difficult, then the skip's not gonna be difficult, and at that point, like, the track's fucking failure right now. Like, it's over, man. So I mean, like, honestly, like, I don't know. Now I'm convincing myself this is fine. Like, I'm convincing myself it's not the end of the world. And, like, you know what? For the original Northern Water Tribe, it probably would be the end of the world if the skip was too easy. Like, honestly. Like, and, like, too powerful and stuff. Because, like, the rest of the track is just too easy. Right? There's, like, not many difficult sections. Like, there's, like, one maybe difficult corner, which is, like, the fast route, the Starbolt gimmick. The Starbolt gimmick, there's no boat taps on the track. It's all Starbolt gimmick and skip. So, like, you know, people don't want to use the Starbolt gimmick because they're just getting bummed out themselves if they miss the block or whatever. And, you know, people are like, you know, we hate destructive OMs. They won't take it. Now we have boat taps and shit. So, like, it's probably actually fine. Like, okay, I'll leave it like this. I'll write a note, I guess, that I'll probably forget about, saying that, like, after, like, race 4 or race 5, I should, like, gauge. I can't even say after race 5, because, like, we have to release the track right then and there, or right after race 5, right? But, like, maybe, like, after race 4, mid race 5 week, right? I can gauge engagements and how much people are practicing and stuff, and maybe get a slightly better idea. And then I have to also remember, like, keep in mind, like, you know, the balance of the skip is probably not going to actually be the end all be all of the track. If you assume maximum net swing of the skip, where, you know, if for some reason it was expected, like, the main line was hitting the skip, right? Not, like, not taking the skip. If the main line was taking the skip and hitting it, then your mind would be thinking every time you fail you lose a second, right? If you say that across 25 laps, then that's 25 seconds. So then that's like a 25-second range just from the skip. And that is enormous, but 33 seconds is even larger, right? Like, that's like an extra 8 seconds, and that's pretty big. Now, why does it matter? Like, it doesn't matter how big it would be if it was like a minute versus a minute 20. What matters is, like, how big it is in actuality. Like, it's still 25 seconds. But that's assuming the worst, right? If you say one person hits it 60% of the time, one person hits it 65% of the time, and let's just say that 0.6 times 25 times 0.5. They gain 7.5 seconds. Compared to someone who hits it 70% of the time, 0.7 times 25 times 0.5, 8.75. That's 1 second difference. That's 1.25 second difference. 10% difference in success rate equals 1.25 seconds difference total across whole race. And, like, that's actually nothing. That's actually nothing. Right? Now, that's assuming that most people attempt it every single lap, right? Which, again, if people don't attempt it every single lap, then the impact goes down, right? If people only attempt it every other lap, for example, or like 2/3 of the laps, so 2/3 of the lap, so 2 divided by 3 times, and this is again an 80% success rate, so 0.8 times 25 laps times half second time save. Like, 6.6 seconds compared to if they had a 60% success rate and went for it 2 or 3 times. 5. That's 1.6 seconds. Like, for a 20% difference in success rate, if people went for it every 2 or 3 laps. What I'm trying to say is that there's actually not that big of an impact. Like, it's not like pond skip, where, okay, let's say pond skip. We'll take in here, so, like, okay. One moves for like a minute, 50 seconds or something. Like, it's, I think. Oh, I could calculate pond skip, but now I'm like rethinking how I calculated for temple skip. I'm just like, it's just, too much thinking, whatever. So I think it's probably fine. Like, you know, we'll leave it like this. We'll leave it like this. Laser test C. Leave it like this. I might not even write that note, honestly. Because, yeah, like, it's not even going to be about how often you hit the skip. I really doubt that the race is going to come down to how often you hit the skip. Like, look at this track and tell me that it comes down, like, look at this and look at, like, this and tell me it comes down to how often you hit the skip. Like, come on, man. No, to be fair, it is definitely possible that, like, it's not like, oh, yeah, like, it's just impossible, right? But, like, it's... Man, I don't know. The skip isn't even that easy. Like the difficult part of the skip is like not getting across this apex. It's more so like this like is what happens right here. Because if you're off when you start 360ing and like your exit from the wall tap, that's when you go really wide, right? I think that's how I fail most of the time. It's due not to there being blocks here or not. I fail instead because I just fly wide because I have a bad exit from the trapdoors. So, right. Generally, when I miss by a lot. So adding some road here. Yeah. Well, that means that adding the road here wouldn't actually fix it, because the whole thing was about me trying to like fix the issue of difficulty, right? So if this isn't okay, if I add these back, then like then yeah, the difficulty problem is probably gonna be definitely like here, let me do this later one. Did fix that? Like I think. Yeah, if I add those blocks back, I think it actually just becomes like mega easy. Although the thing is though, like easy to get across, sure, and then not fall, sure. But then like, if you're going that wide, honestly, I don't even know. Okay, well if it's normalized, that's one thing, right? If you're going that wide, I don't even know how fast you're driving the shortcut. You probably, I don't know, you probably actually can drive yourself pretty fast and go that wide. You might lose like 0.1, maybe 0.2 at most, I guess. 0.2 for a 0.5 second save. It's not much. Or that is a lot, actually, rather. Yeah. Two 2.2. I don't remember what numbers mean what, but. I don't know, man. I think I'm hanging that like 90% of the time. I just gotta do that number out. Like, I think I'm hanging that a lot. Yeah, no, the second part of the shortcut's not even actually that bad. Like, look at this delta. 0.5. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, it. So maybe it's like, okay, because, yeah, like, the thing is, I fly mega wide sometimes. I say mega wide. Like, it might only be a block, but, you know, if I add a block, then, like, okay, well, okay, that's what I was mainly referring to, honestly, but, like, I don't know, man. Like, that's just, no, I think that's just too much, man. Yeah, alright. We'll leave it like this for now. I don't even know if I'm gonna write that note. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, this should be alright. Okay, that was a long talk about temple skip balancing. Who would have guessed? We talk more about temple skip balancing. Like, wow, who would have guessed? Me, I would have guessed. Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's probably fixed on B as well, I guess. No, it's probably fixed here. It's probably fixed on B. Test B. Alright. So we have Summit race in 45 minutes. So I should probably be on the server at least 20 minutes beforehand. So I have 25 minutes. Okay. Oh, I should probably like turn off my freaking right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll probably stop recording here and either start a new recording for Pit Delta, or I might just rewatch the Pit Delta video, the first one that I recorded. Rewatching my documentation, let's go, my documentation videos. And I might rewatch it and then make a decision, or like sort of refresh my memory on how much the Pit Delta is and why. Okay, yep, I might just do that. I'll probably do that. Thanks for watching. Bye.